Hello to everyone out there. So, I want to do a video quickly on self-love. I just feel like the ancestors had me kind of stuck on this topic of self-love and how important it is for the community that um, what we do as a community affects one another, but what we do as individuals affects our your immediate family, and then it affects your extended family, and then of course your community. And a lot of the problem of what's going on inside of the community as far as the family unit goes is reflected in the children. And we have issues going on that I'm not going to speak on right now because it's not something that I need to speak on. Black people know, you see it every day. All of us, that are awake, not sleeping, we look around and we're like, what is wrong with black people? Like, how can you be doing this? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us is the lack of self-love. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to understand that we are the beginning and we are the end. There is nothing greater than us. I don't know how else to really put it. There's nothing greater than us, but the problem is we've been made to think psychologically, we've been duped into believing that we're on the bottom. We're not on the bottom. The whole world fights for our power, our strength, our energy. They fight for our attention. The whole world does. And we give it away freely to other people of other nations, of other cultures. We give it away freely to them. And the ways that we are doing that is, of course, with money. You do it with your money by purchasing and sending your money out into other communities and making other communities rich. You have these Black Americans primarily that feel like we live in the melting pot. I can't talk. We live in a melting pot, so it's okay to date other races. You're giving your love away. You're giving your sexual energy away to other races. It's not okay. It's not good for us as a whole. It's not good for you as an individual. I'm not going to get too deep in that right now, but there is a reason why you see other communities staying in large numbers within themselves. You see an Asian stand with an Asian and a Hispanic stand with a Hispanic, and white stand with white, so on and so on. There's a reason why you see that. There's strength in that. There's beauty in that. But it's like Black people are getting to this mindset where they feel like if they're not light enough, if their hair is in a certain texture, that they aren't beautiful. You got it mistaken. Everybody wants to be like you, but you. And that's something that's coming from the ancestors. You don't even, like, so many Black people don't even realize it, or you only want to think of it in terms of, your butt, your boobs, your penis size, that people want to be like you. It's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. And this video is about self-love. I'm saying that you need to look inside yourself further than the physical, because this is temporary. This body is temporary. I'm living inside of a melanated body, but those of us who are chosen to be inside of melanated bodies are here for a purpose. And those things we lost during times of slavery. The fact that you come to this planet with a purpose. And it's not just Black Americans. Don't feel like we the only lost ones, that we lost our culture, so on and so on. Because I've met plenty of Africans from the continent that are so brainwashed with European ideas about religion and stuff, that they themselves think that the stuff is witchcraft. It's not witchcraft. It's not. It's our power, it's our strength, and it's our home. It's your foundation. You have to respect it. You have to love it. You have to understand it and get past what we're being taught in this quote unquote modern world. You need to reach past that and see inside yourself and love yourself. Understand yourself before anybody else, before your children, before your spouse, before your friends, your other family members. Stop what you're doing and love yourself and appreciate yourself, and understand that when I'm saying yourself, that in doing this, you are honoring your ancestors. And when you begin to honor them, things are going to become clear to you. The way, the path, the reason you're here, all of it is going to become clear to you. It just takes work. It's not something that overnight you're going to love yourself. It's not something that overnight you're going to understand your reason for being here, understand your culture, or how things were lost, or how we got so brainwashed, how duped we got. You're not going to understand all of that overnight. But the point is, when something doesn't sit right with you, it's for a reason. I just feel like a lot of people as a whole, you're curious, you want to know, you think about it, but then it's like you step up and then you step back because you feel like there's a fear boundary there. Get over the fear, because your blessing is waiting on the other side of that. So it's important to do your research. It's important to begin to search inside yourself for the answers, because you can buy as many books as you like. And I know Black people, we in a time where everybody wants to debate and argue about who's right about this and who's right about that, who can spend the most time studying, and so on and so on. Let me just say that that's not doing anything. It's not doing anything for the community. Like, it is what it is. It's nice that Black people are studying and everything, but it's not doing what it could be doing for the community. What's the point of studying when you still are on the bottom? Because we're refusing to love ourselves, to exalt ourselves, to see the beauty in ourselves. When we take that stand and say, not Black lives matter, I matter. Black people are so busy like calling ourselves American, calling themselves Ghanaian, calling themselves Nigerians, or they're Jamaican, or they're this, they're that. You need to understand collectively who we are as a people and understand the things we lost, understand how precious those things that we lost, those traditions that we've lost, understand that loss and begin to take those steps back to ourselves. And the ancestors are us. So we need to begin to take those steps back and love and appreciate our ancestors for everything, and understand that they want us to succeed. They want us to come back together, and they want us to succeed as a whole, as a community, not individually. But the way that you begin to accomplish anything as a community is change your mind first, change your mindset, change the way that you think, and others around you. If you need to lift yourself up and be away from them, do it. But nothing speaks more than the change inside of yourself. And raise your children accordingly. Teach your family as you can accordingly. Help them to understand as well. And don't give up. It's a lot of work. The ancestors are like, some people start to feel differently. They try to separate and they get made fun of. They get misunderstood by family members and friends, and so they stop talking about it, and then they feel like they're not growing, they're not moving, they're not stagnant. The ancestors want you to know that no matter what, It's not about anybody else. Your journey is very personal. And so don't allow yourself to be hindered based on anyone else's feelings, or how someone else tries to deter you, anybody else's opinions about your personal journey. Don't allow people to stop you, because there's something in it. There's something that you need to learn. And I know y'all feel that push to continue to search, The answer's there, the answer's there. I just feel like an expression of gratitude coming from the ancestors for every single one of you that remembered them, that thanked them, that honor them in the best way you can. And no, we're not perfect. I feel like the ancestors are like, y'all are off. We're not perfect at it. We're not always consistent as well. Even I'm personally guilty of that. But because I'm clairaudient, I get the messages all the time, and I got so many today. But today I just want to express a main common theme of self-love, of the fact that they love you. It's okay that you don't know. It's okay. The ignorance is not something that needs to hold us captive. And they're not angry with us that we are stuck in ignorance, but they get frustrated when we don't listen to them, when the message doesn't get across, or they get frustrated when we are what's the word for it? I can't think of the word. I want to say not long suffering, like people who are short tempered, people who are impatient, they expect results immediately. Is not something that you're going to see immediately. And also, I feel like the ancestors, they just want to express their love for each and every one of us. We're still their children. As lost as we are, we still their children. And they want you to know that it's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself, because that's where you're going to start finding the answers, is in your separation, is in your difference of opinions or values and morals and so on and so on. Just begin to do the work and you will see the results. You will. Not overnight, but little by little, you're going to, and please do this. Please write it down. Write about the things that you're struggling with, and remember to look back at them in a few months or so and realize how far you've come. Even I myself, in the journey that I've been taking in the past 3 years, I realized that I've done things in the past 2 to 3 years that are so rapid. I've changed so quickly. Like, I've done things so quickly, things that takes other people 5-10 years to heal from, things other people get hung up on for decades. Just looking back at family members, people that I met, people that are so bitter, and or some people that are so pain and feel like they don't know no other way to live. And it's all right. It's all right to be in that. It's all right to get stuck in your feelings for a little bit, but it's not all right for me. It wasn't okay for me. And I want everyone that feels like they're struggling, they might be stuck, maybe a little stagnant. It's okay, but push through it. Keep pushing, keep trying, because the ancestors thrive on your pushing, on that energy that you're pushing, that's positive, that's going towards a good personal goal of how you want to be. If you want to be more loving, if you want to be more kind, more understanding, more soft, more trusting, so on and so on. All of those positive things feed the ancestors. That positive energy feeds them, just like negative energy feeds them. The positive energy feeds them positive things, and they can make positive things happen in your life. So cleaning up your life is an act of self-love. It's loving yourself enough to take care of yourself. And once you have taken care of yourself, then you can take care of the community as a whole. And this video is getting a little long. And like I said, I was getting messages all day. It's late now. I'm going to try and do another video tomorrow. But that's just something that the ancestors are like, don't go to bed without talking about the self-love, because our people suffer for trying to love themselves. We tend to attack each other for trying to love ourselves. And for all of us that are in that act of self-cleaning, of cleaning house, getting rid of bad habits, getting rid of bad people, people that are no good for us, that don't help us grow, excuse me, old jobs, old friends, they just talking about cleaning, 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 cleaning. Cleaning is an act of self-love. Um, so even me myself, I'm working on the same thing personally, but the video isn't really about me. But just I'll have to make one about me so that I can talk about the person that I was before versus now in just a quick amount of time. But everyone, the message of the video is self-love. Please love yourself. Feel free to love yourself. Feel confident enough to love yourself. Don't let anyone stop you from what you know is an act of self-love. So, yeah, have a good night.